Hi everyone, it's Sunday, October 9th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. So let's start with Europe this week, and that's where the market is blocked and prices are stuck amid the weak demand. Our editor Andrea Gualo says that, as expected, some types of hides and skins are better off than others because of what's going on with demand. In the UK and Ireland, prices were actually firmer, and sales are being made for November, if not December production. The British 36 Plus is at 85 to 90 cents per kilo sterling, and sales of the Irish one are at €1 per kilo. Looking at European bulls, they're still in a difficult situation. Northern German bulls are at €1.10 to €1.25 per kilo for the 40 plus kilo selections, and that's unchanged from last week. European cow prices are unmoving, and Andrea says that the demand for these hides is timid at best. In the veal sector, selections continue to sell at really high price levels thanks to the low slaughter and high luxury demand. Also, after many weeks of stability, the split market saw some changes in Europe this week. In his analysis, Andrea looks at the sales that have taken place for exports outside the EU, and he discusses the current demand for fashion uses, as well as the automotive sector. Turning to the US, as expected, it was a quiet week, and that's mainly because of the Golden Week holiday in China. Despite that holiday, however, there were customers bidding during the week, and mainly because prices really are so cheap right now. Looking at heavy Texas steers, trading was quite thin during the week and prices slipped a little. Actually, they were down $1 at the high end, and we now have a top price of $27 for the 62-64 pound selections. Cow sellers for some number of weeks now have been contending with poor demand and prices have been sagging. This week, however, most said they were able to remain relatively steady. Looking at the export totals for the week ending September 29th, combined export sales were not much better than the previous week at 475,100. Combined shipments for the week were again quite good, as they were only 2% lower than the previous week at 609,900. Estimated slaughter for the week was exactly the same as last week, totaling 664,000. From South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports that both raw material and TR1 prices declined again this week. Fresh hides were down another 3 cents to $1.51 per kilo. The reference price for TR1 also dropped, this time by 2 cents, down to 72 cents per square foot. Most other Latin origins were steady this week, although some, like Argentina, remain under a great deal of pressure. In other news from Brazil, the country's footwear exports through September exceed all of 2021 already. The Italian fairs generated $4.7 million for Brazil's component companies. And elsewhere in Latin America, New Balance is going to produce its footwear in Argentina. In Mexico, Cepal is going to upgrade the Tannery District sewage lines in León. In Paraguay, September slaughter in the exporting refrigerators was down 12%. Venezuelan footwear is slowly recovering, and in Uruguay, the country has upped its fashion exports in September. That is all we have for tonight. And